by Colonel Sanders. He cooks up Kentucky Fried Chicken in his kitchen, then packs it up in his handy bucket. All you do is pick it up. Imagine, the best meal of the week travels everywhere, every day of the week.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, but before we start, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Harland Sanders was born in 1890 and grew up on a farm in Indiana. When he was 6 years old, Sanders' father died, leaving him to take care of his younger brother and sister while his mom spent long days working. One of these responsibilities was feeding his siblings, and by age 7 he was already a decent cook, according to the New Yorker. His mom remarried when he was 12. Because his new stepfather didn't like the boys around, Sanders' brother was sent to live with an aunt while he was sent to work on a farm about 80 miles away. Sanders soon realized he would rather work all day than go to school, so he dropped out in the 7th grade. In addition to a stint in Cuba with the Army, Sanders spent the first half of his life working a series of odd jobs, including stoking the steam engines of trains throughout the South, selling insurance, selling tires, making lighting systems, and operating a ferry boat. He acquired a service station in Corbin, Kentucky, in 1930, and began serving classic Southern dishes to travelers. The location became known for its food, and Sanders eventually got rid of the service station's gas pump and converted the location to a full-fledged restaurant. His breakthrough came in 1939 when he found that frying his chicken and its signature 11 herbs and spices in a new device, a pressure cooker, different from the ones used today, resulted in the ideal consistency he had been looking for. Sanders' restaurant enjoyed great popularity over the next decade, and in 1950 the governor of Kentucky named him Colonel, the highest title of honor the state can give. Sanders began dressing the part, adopting the white suit and Kentucky Colonel tie that would help make him a pop culture icon. In 1952, he made a deal with his restaurateur friend, Pete Harmon, to sell his chicken dish as Kentucky Fried Chicken in exchange for a 4-cent royalty on every piece sold. After it became a top-selling item, Sanders made the same deal with several other local restaurants. Things were going great, but when a new interstate bypassed Sanders' restaurant, it spelled doom. He sold the location at a loss in 1956, leaving his $105 monthly Social Security check as his only income. Sanders then decided that he was not going to settle for a quiet retirement since he'd closed his restaurant. The Colonel decided to dedicate himself fully to the franchising side project he'd started 4 years earlier. He hit the road with his wife, the car packed with a couple pressure cookers, flour, and spice blends. He would enter a restaurant, offer to cook his chicken, and then make a deal if the owner liked what they tasted. By 1963, Sanders was fielding franchise requests without having to put in the legwork, and had more than 600 restaurants across the US and Canada selling Kentucky Fried Chicken. That October, he was approached by John Y. Brown, Jr., an aggressive young lawyer as the New Yorker puts it, and a venture capitalist named Jack C. Massey who wanted to buy the franchise rights. Sanders was initially reluctant, but after weeks of persuasion, he agreed to sell his rights for $2 million, $15.1 million in 2015 dollars, in January 1965, and the deal went through in March. Under the contract, the company Kentucky Fried Chicken would establish its own restaurants around the world and would not compromise the chicken recipe. Sanders was to have a lifetime salary of $40,000, later up to $70,000.